Today, we're reviewing the Acedeck Nyx Z3, which makes this sweet music. In 2023, we saw Cali NYC and La Croix closing shops. In the vacuum they left behind, the Acedeck rose with its Nyx Z1. And this year, they've launched the latest edition of the series, the Nyx Z3. Why did they skip over the Z2? I don't know. But we do know that the Nyx 1 was wildly popular as one of the better mountain board builds. The 2024 Nyx Z3 sees some upgrades, including a new shock-absorbing truck system, integrated lights, and an option for a bigger 14S 6P battery. We received the 1036 watt-hour version of the Acedeck Nyx Z3, and let's walk through the specs of this $1,999 beast. Starting with the deck, the Nyx Z3 is a mountain board type deck made of a multi-layer composite of maple, bamboo, and carbon fiber. Following the legacy of the Nyx Z1, the Z3 has a flexible deck that does a great job of absorbing vibrations. This design puts the battery box atop the deck, giving you maximum ground clearance and making it a popular choice among off-roaders and hardcore e-skaters. The concave is fair, not too crazy. The deck has a decent flexibility as expected from a build like this. There are holes pre-drilled for foot bindings. Acedeck currently doesn't include foot bindings right out of the box. They recommend buying MBS foot bindings until they make their own. And there's also a front handle that came pre-installed. Moving on to the ESC, Acedeck used their custom ESC, which, if we have to guess, was based on the tried and true Hobbywing ESC. It comes with 4 speed settings and a smart turn-on feature. The board is paired with a standard Hobbywing remote with a screen for telemetry, where the board power, top speed, acceleration curve, and braking can be customized through the remote menu. As the Nyx Z3 is an all-terrain adrenaline beast, it comes as no surprise it's powered by some beefy battery units. Starting from 653 watt-hour up to a massive 1,554 watt-hour, all editions of the Nyx Z3 have a 14S battery configuration. Our model is the 1036 watt-hour version with a 14S 4P battery configuration and is marketed to have a range of up to 37 miles or 60 kilometers. And in our tests with both a 154-pound or 70-kilogram rider and a 220-pound or 100-kilogram rider taking turns, we managed to make it to 26 miles or 42 kilometers while riding fast. Now let's talk about the gear drive. This is a 6384 150 kilovolt 4500 watt x2 gear drive system. We always expected gear drives from a higher-ended board, and Acedeck is no stranger to putting gear drives into their boards, as all of their premium lineups use gear drives. It's also a fully enclosed system, so you never have to be afraid of debris, which would otherwise ruin your ride. The gear ratio is 4:1 here. These motors have a marketed top speed of 37 miles per hour or 60 kilometers per hour, and in our tests, we managed to hit 34.18 miles per hour or 55 kilometers per hour. As for the trucks, the Nyx Z3 features a new and different suspension system, which is different from what we have seen from Propel, EcoMobil, and Baja Board. Unlike conventional trucks, the Nyx Z3 utilizes a compact design based on a channel truck platform, and Acedeck claims that it would be more stable and comfortable than what other brands put out. Systems like this allow the 4 tires to move up and down independently from each other, helping the board to ride smoother over rough terrain. There are 2 ways to change the truck's tightness. For more flexible steering, you can replace all bushings with the white 75A bushing, and for heavier riders, you can change both bushings to the red 85A. Another factor that would influence the truck's tightness will be the screw tightness. Much like a typical truck, tightening the screw here will squeeze the bushings and make the truck more stable. It's helpful to have Loctite with you if you were to tinker with the screws, as if it gets too loose, the truck will be wobbly. The tension of the suspension springs can also be changed to rider weight or preferences to make it more bouncy or more rigid. Paired with the trucks are these 8-inch all-terrain wheels and beautiful CNC machined wheel hubs, which is rare to see on most boards. Obviously, the board is heavy as well, weighing in at 41 pounds or 19 kilograms on their lightest variation, and the Elite variation being the heaviest at 49 pounds or 22 kilograms. You also have the option to buy a variant with the 1100 lumen premium front lights, but that will set you back another $120, but they haven't been released yet and are currently in development. If you are buying a $1,999 board, I would assume you are not the type of person who puts too much focus on how much specs you get per dollar you spend. The overall ride experience and product quality are probably what you care more about here. However, we at Electric Skateboard HQ love our charts and numbers and couldn't resist making that comparison. We expected Nyx Z3 to cost more or have fewer specs than boards at a similar price. After all, a mountain board setup, steel gear drive, CNC machined parts, quality batteries, and suspension trucks are all pricier to design and manufacture. Yet what we found is that the Nyx Z3 was actually priced lower than comparable boards on the market. Take a look at this. It's not too hard to see why Acedeck has been such a rising star when they can put out high-end boards that were built beautifully while still managing to price them lower than competitors. That being said, what's left to do is to hit the road and see if the riding experience lives up to its potential. With builds like this, we expect torque and power for off-road rides and pray that the board has good speed control to harness that power comfortably. We expect the suspension trucks and flexible deck to absorb most of the road vibration and be super stable on straight line, but hope it's not too difficult to turn and make it unrideable on sidewalks with tight turns. And this is what we feel about the board after riding it. Nyx Z3 is definitely a superb mountain board that can handle mountain trails in any road conditions. The torque on this is super strong, and you will feel the high voltage system in action. The acceleration is quick and punchy and can effortlessly get you to the top speed. Acedeck did a beautiful job configuring the speed control, and even though the acceleration is rapid and strong, it wasn't harsh and didn't have the jolt that many boards with Lingy ESC might have. The braking is equally smooth but strong. Those who like strong brakes would be happy about this. However, the brake is not able to lock the board when halting on an incline. It is almost able to, but the board will still slide down very, very slowly. The suspension system also did an amazing job. No road vibration whatsoever when riding off-road. It is hard for us to compare the suspension truck versus other suspension trucks, such as the one on Propels, as both did their job completely well. But strictly speaking, the Nyx Z3 does have an edge here as it also has a flexible deck and allows you to install foot bindings for bouncy off-road situations, whereas Propel Endeavors come with a stiff deck. Many riders swear by the foot bindings, not for off-road security, but especially for allowing you to shift your body weight aggressively for tighter turns. Which brings us to the next point, maneuverability. Right out of the box, this is really a straight line box for us. It's easy, super stable to go straight line, but heavy to turn. Keep in mind, we are scrawny Asians here, and it's not easy for a 155-pound weight to turn the trucks. There are fixes though. After we change the bushing to the white 75A, the trucks become much more responsive and significantly easier to turn. At the end of the day, you can find a configuration that is just right for you. But needless to say, Acedeck did not miraculously find a way to make suspension trucks that are also easy to turn, but we think this is as good as it gets. With the right configuration, this is easier to turn and more responsive than the suspension trucks on the Propel Endeavors 2 Pro. In terms of responsiveness, these trucks are somewhere between TKP trucks and double kingpin. That's if you take the time to configure them right. Until competition catches up, Nyx Z3 is undoubtedly the best option for a mountain board like this. It is a board that will get you a lot of attention during a group ride and then also leaves everyone in the dust during the said group ride. It is the board that is super comfortable and powerful enough to ride alongside road traffic with no fear of potholes, but may be less practical if you have to navigate the sidewalks amongst other pedestrians. And when you have the mood for more fun, it is a board that you can go on off-road trail runs with. Basically, with all the fun an electric skateboard can bring you, the Nyx Z3 can get you. as long as you have the funds. As always, if you are looking to buy Acedeck or actually any e-skate, be sure to use our affiliated discount code with the link below. It will help you get a small monetary discount and helps us out too. You'll also be tagged as an Electric Skateboard HQ customer and probably be treated better. Ride safe, guys.